What's good, everybody? It's your boy Curtis, aka Batman's long lost Robin, and welcome to another episode of the Black Heroes Filler. I'm joined today with Tyrel again from the Geekinoutloud podcast. What's up, man?
What up? What up? What up?
Oh, and today we're going to be talking about one of the best fighting game franchises. I think so. We're going to be talking about the Injustice games.
Yep.
Now, if you don't know, the Injustice games are made by NetherRealm Studios. They're the people who make Mortal Kombat. So it kind of think Mortal Kombat, the superheroes, pretty much.
But not Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Okay. Like little side note, I actually did like the game. It could have been better. It could have been way better, but I did enjoy it. Oh, but with Injustice though, so like what? Okay, before we get into like the meat of it, what is your general thoughts like of the franchise as a whole?
Oh boy, like it's very unique and it's an original storyline and it gets dark really fast, but that's DC for you. But yeah, like it's just very deep. It just gets you in the feels.
Now, also, you brought to my attention that they're going to be doing an Injustice movie too.
Yes, in October 19th on DVD, which it makes me mad. It's only on DVD. That's how they're getting our money. But anyways, yeah, they're having October 19th, and it's basically about in the animated universe, like an Elseworld story, I guess. But the animation looks good in my opinion. Like,
Well, before we get into our thoughts about what the movie is going to be, let's give a little context of the Injustice story as a whole. In this story, okay, we all know about the whole rivalry between Batman and the Joker. For some reasons that I just don't understand, Joker decided to try to mess with Superman in a very major way. Like, and basically, this actually came from the comics. They didn't really show it in the game, but they did in the comics what exactly happened. Basically, Joker went to Metropolis, kidnapped Lois, killed Jimmy Olsen, and put a nuke in Metropolis. And the trigger for the nuke was Lois's heartbeat. And he also stole Scarecrow's fear toxin and used it against Superman. So when Superman came to save Lois, he thought Lois was Doomsday. So Superman, being the super guy that he is, jettisons her up to space. So the moment she died, the nuke went off. And yeah, Superman was not a happy camper after that. He oof.
yeah, a lot of heartbreak.
I know. Oh my God. I mean, the Joker once said, "All it takes is one bad day."
Yeah, and one bad day at all it took for Superman.
So, long story short, he lost the love of his life. His potential child, I think Lois was pregnant too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then like millions killed. So Superman basically did what Batman could never do and killed the Joker, and that just like made Superman's mind a spiral until he turned into this tyrannical figure, basically becoming a super Hitler to a certain extent.
Yeah, like he got a taste for blood, and that's how I look at it. Like, he got a taste for blood, and he wanted more.
I want more.
Like, that's how he went for peace, is by bloodshed.
Now I kind of, because I know we like to make fun of Batman's no killing rule, but now we kind of see what happens. Like the first one's always the hardest, but then it gets a little bit easier each time.
Yep. And I used to think Superman was just a Boy Scout, but then when I first played the Injustice game, I was like, okay, so he went from a Boy Scout to a tyrant. Okay.
And that's basically how Injustice starts. Is kind of Superman forms the regime and takes over the world pretty much. And Batman settles up the insurgency and tries to stop him. And he also brings in the heroes from the main like universe to help him combat this evil Superman. Now, I want to ask you just before we go further. Who was your favorite? Who was your main in the game?
Oh man, like my man Batman, of course. Like everyone probably first pick is Batman, probably, but I picked Batman. Surprisingly, I was good enough with him to slide by. So yeah, Batman's my main in the first game.
Same here. He was my main alongside Green Arrow. You won't believe who was my main in the second one though.
Oh boy.
Okay, my main, and I kid you, I sunk so many hours with this character. My main in Injustice 2 is Wonder Woman. And I got pretty decent with her to the point where like my friends, when we played the game, every time they hear Wonder Woman, the mood just shifts and everyone gets depressed because they know they're gonna lose. And in my friend circle, they have never beaten me with Wonder Woman.
Am I hearing this right? You say Wonder Woman?
Yes.
Oh, fair enough. At least it ain't Harley Quinn. Because I heard she was really good too, so.
She is really good. I just can't use her. I can use her a smidge. But I guess
Yeah.
the reason why I like Wonder Woman because she's really balanced and that whip she has is pretty broken.
Yeah,
So
I
if any of
understand.
my friends are hearing this, I'm sorry that you have never beaten me over the years with Wonder Woman. I'm sorry that the name Wonder Woman gives you PTSD.
Oh boy.
Oh man, but with Injustice as a whole, like what did you think of the story just throughout both games? You think it was pretty solid? You did anything that you didn't like in the story?
Um, Not really. Like I liked it for a whole, cause like when I first played it, I was like brand new into DC actually. Like this is what got me pretty much into DC, believe it or not. And so when I played it, I was like, Superman. It was just a big emotional twist for Superman and Batman, cause it's pretty much like a DC Civil War. Pretty much like Superman and Batman, like they're one of the best friends rivalries between Superman and Batman. It's like Vegeta and Goku. So yeah, it was like pretty sad to see them break apart.
Yeah, because like Superman has always like that beacon of hope. So seeing him just go down this dark path, and in the games and even in the comics, there's like hints of the old Superman in there, but it's like he's already down this path to the point where it's like, oh, I can't turn back now.
Yeah, like Batman knew, and he shows the reason why he can't go on that dark path because you see how Superman went like really deep. So to no kill rule is for a reason. It ain't just because pretty much he's a sissy or anything. Like he can't do it.
Uh,
He
I
can he can kill, but if he goes down that path, he'll never stop.
See now I got the whole like the scene with Batman and Red Hood from Under the Red Hood. That
Mm-hmm.
scene where he basically said all I want to do is kill the Joker, and like you said, like if he goes down that path, he'll never
He
stop.
won't come back. Yeah, he won't ever come back.
And also, I know I just said Wonder Woman is my main, but story
Mm-hmm.
wise, fuck Wonder Woman. You know why?
Uh,
Because she was the one who was egging Superman on. There was plenty of times Superman could have redeemed himself, but it was her in his ear, keep him on this path. I looked at the games, I
mm-hmm.
replayed the games, and I looked at the comics again, and she was the one who egged him on every step of the way. I think they actually acknowledged it in the second
Yeah.
game too.
Batman literally like tries to talk Superman down, and pretty much Wonder Woman like says back off. Like he's a grown man, let him decide. I was like, are you kidding me?
Now, like I know in this universe, like Wonder Woman's supposed to be more, I guess, I won't say bloodthirsty, but maybe more cutthroat. I know they did like a
Yeah,
little piece with
cutthroat.
her.
Yeah, she takes her warriorness to a whole new level.
Oh my God, yes. I think they did a little thing with her in the comics too to show her why she became that. So, and in a way, I understand, but at the same time, like you are playing with this man's emotions. You're playing with the most powerful being on Earth, and you're playing with his emotions.
Yeah, that ain't like a lot of people was on Superman's side at first, like Flash and everyone. Then they start questioning after they start seeing all this bloodshed. Like, is this right? After millions dead, they're like, is this right?
Oh my God, yes. Also, by the way, everything we said was just kind of like just the beginning. So now I think we meant to go into like more spoiler territory with like in the meat of the game. And you're the right, Flash. I think Shazam was questioning everything.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like Shazam, he literally like questioned Superman one time, like, "Hey, we need to stop this." He didn't even tell Superman like anything. He wasn't even trying to use force or nothing. He was just talking, and Superman's like, "Yeah, screw you." He grabbed him, eats his mouth and nose, and laser visioned his head.
Like, okay, one, I remember this. He said the L word. He said Lois. You don't say the L word around soups.
Yeah,
And I know some people was upset by that. Like, how was Superman even able to do that? And I think like some people were saying that Shazam technically wasn't Shazam. Technically, he was like he had on the costume, but he didn't have the powers. That's why he was trying to say Shazam to activate his powers. I guess he was just a regular person at that point.
Yeah, I never heard of that actually.
That's what I was
Oh,
thinking. Cause I was like, why would he say Shazam if he already is in like in his?
oh, he done that. If you ever watch Just League Unlimited and read the comics, he literally every time he fights Superman, Superman's weak against magic. So that magical electric thunderbolt come down, it's gonna hurt Superman like a lot.
Yeah, that is true. I do remember that from the Justice League Unlimited.
Hmm.
Okay. But oh man, well, like, okay. Now that I'm questioning, so was Shazam like kind of a grown man during that time, or was he still a kid? 'Cause if he's still a kid, then it doesn't make any sense how Superman did it unless his heat vision is that broken.
Well, his heat vision's always been broken in my opinion, but no, like he's been a kid as far as I know from reading comics. So yeah,
Oh, that just makes it worse.
yeah, he killed a child.
Lord, like for no reason.
It's like go to your room. Nope, you're dead.
Like okay, and how do you feel about like the whole multiverse thing, like Batman bringing in the heroes from another universe to come and like help? Because
Well, it evened out the scale. It's like equal, equal playing fields.
that is true. Because even with I know they develop a type of pill, so
Yep.
they can have somewhat of Superman's powers, but even then they were still kind of on the losing side so far.
Okay? Do you remember how Batman was gonna take that pill in the game, right?
So he didn't take the pill?
No, because he was in the comics. He was about to. The comics it connect to the game, like before and in the middle and all that. But Batman was about to take the pill and finish Superman off. But then Superman broke in and stopped Batman from taking it. Guess you will never guess who took that pill.
Oh no, I know who took that pill. My boy
Yeah,
Alfred.
Alfred, the baddest man of all butlers. Like he literally headbutted Superman, and he had a common courtesy to like tap on Superman's shoulder, like Clark. He's like, yeah, and all of a sudden he said Alfred. He started pummeling Superman to the ground. It's like Vegeta and freaking
It was
Frieza.
so beautiful seeing that. Okay, I remember like because Batman tried to reach the pill, but before that, he was trying to buy time so he can upload
Yeah,
the pill, so he can be able to manufacture more.
yeah, and literally Alfred, he did not care what was about to go down. All he seen was pretty much his son that he raised like get hurt by Superman. So he's like, yeah, I gotta take care of this myself, I guess.
And like, what are your thoughts on the Joker? Because like, even though the Joker was pretty much dead since the beginning, it kind of showed just how dangerous he actually is. Like, Batman can handle him, but if Joker were to switch to any other hero, I don't know how they're gonna
Mhm.
do against him. And that's crazy because like these superpower beings, but like
Yeah.
they would
Yeah.
take an L from a clown.
Oh, here's the thing. Joker ain't your normal insane person. He literally has chemicals in his brain. That chemical bath in his origins. It messes with his brain, and we don't know his complete origins. But all I know is, when you break a man so far, he can never come back, and you can only keep going down lower and lower.
It's
Yeah,
it's
like
just it's
I
just
understand.
insane
Like
to me.
now, Wonder Woman, she can kill Joker probably, but Joker's kind of overpowered if you think about it. Like he has the Joker gas, he has all these utilities. Like Batman only for killing.
Well, honestly, I don't know. Like, I mean, I know one woman could kill Joker, but I feel like Joker could still possibly win in the end. This is the one thing that's scary about Joker is how calculating he is. That
He's
whole plan
unpredictable.
to basically destroy everything Superman loved went off without a hitch.
And here's the thing, like I wondered in my mind, what in Joker's right mind does he think? Okay, Batman's getting a little boring. Let's go to a new target. Let's go to the biggest gun in the world.
Hey, in his first shot, he beat him.
Yeah, like he literally beat him, but at what cost? He died.
I mean, true, he died, but look at the lasting ramifications of what he did.
His
Like,
legacy lived on.
like even though he died, like the effects of what Joker did like, last throughout the whole entire game. Superman is now
Hmm.
this irredeemable villain because of the Joker. He broke Superman, something that he could never do with Batman. No matter what he did to Batman, he could never break him.
But
So
here's
the
the
fact
thing
that
that I
he
look
broke
at it. I think Batman's trained, like emotionally and everything, to be prepared for Joker's insanity. Like As Batman's prepared for all the deaths like over the years. He trained himself to be pretty much emotionless. He's like you said, he's a symbol of hope, and he's very hopeful and everything. So seeing something like that die, crumbling his hope. Yeah.
Now, what was your thoughts for the sequel though? Now that there's a third party involved in the mix, because after in the second game, Superman has already been beaten. He's been in prison for I think a
Mhm.
few years now,
Yeah.
and now this new enemy's coming in.
I mean, what got me mad because I knew where this was heading. Like, he's like, we need a bigger gun and all that. And then he looked at Superman. I'm like, oh god. Like, Brainiac is like an overpowered villain though, if you really think about it.
Oh my God, yes he is. Like, can he die technically?
I mean, he's pretty much like Ultron, only more powerful. His consciousness is like an AI.
Okay. Well, the one thing I will say though I like about the second game, and it's really small, so there is an Injustice 3. I really hope they kind of do more with this, is the fact that you can, throughout the story, you can choose, and they actually done this with Mortal Kombat too now. You can choose between two fighters to fight, and they have like different dialogue, and in some cases even different options.
Yes. Like, I don't. All I know is when I seen Injustice 2, my favorite character was Red Hood. Like literally, I swear. Me and Curtis share a bond about Red Hood. I swear. Like when I seen Red Hood appear on there, I was like, oh my god, they answered my prayers.
And one thing I like about the second game, and I'm finished. Say I thought on Red Hood, is just like the dialogue. They feel like they're actually talking to each other, and I really
Yeah.
appreciate the dialogue between Red Hood and Damien.
Yeah, like here's the thing, Red Hood, even in the comics, he hated Damian Wayne ever since he found out about him because he gets a kill, and Batman just gives him a third talk to Damian. But Red Hood kills, he gets, excuse me, like he gets his shit kicked in. Like,
Oh man, unfortunately, my boy Nightwing, technically he's in the game, but
yeah,
mm.
but do you know what happened to him in like literally the first game?
In the first game, well, at least in the Injustice universe, he died early on. Like Damien accidentally killed him early on.
Yeah. And here's the thing that got me going. Like everyone was fighting Arkham, like everyone was rallying up. Superman was still evil, and once like Damian accidentally killed Nightwing, Batman got so mad, he literally said, "You're dead to me, Damian," and he picked up Nightwing, walking, and everyone stood on the side, letting him go through. That shows how much respect people have for Batman.
Exactly, just to literally just stop the whole fight, like it's just
Well,
stop everything and just let this man like take his son away.
yeah, like, and even another thing is like he's the Boy Wonder, so Batman without the Boy Wonder, what is Batman? Like, you gotta think about that.
That's how do I think about that. Like, how did you
He's literally
feel about?
he holds back Batman, but from doing anything horrible. Like he's literally the crutches to Batman.
Yeah, that is true. I feel like without Dick Grayson, I feel like Batman would be even more broken than what he already was. Like
Hmm.
that little bit of sanity he had left in him probably got somewhat snuffed out when he died.
Yeah, like he literally had faith. I feel like he had a little bit of faith that Nightwing was there to back him up. They could do this. Then all of a sudden he's like, there is no hope. It's all on me now.
Now, with Injustice 2, one thing I did really like, and I know earlier we said that Superman was irredeemable, but during the course of the second game, there was like little snippets of hope that Superman could like redeem himself. Because it was like I still remember this one scene in the second game where they actually all had to like meet and discuss taking on Brainiac, and then when everybody left, it was just Superman and Batman, and Superman was like, "Oh, you still kept it after all these years." And he pulled out it was the Justice League table. And now in that moment I
Yeah.
was like, bro, they're reminiscing. I feel like Superman deep down really wanted to go back, but it's just like I said earlier, too far gone.
Yeah, like it's like, have you ever seen A Killing Joke?
Yes.
It's like Batman trying to help Superman or Joker, and Joker's like, it's too late for me. I can't go back.
Like even in the end, their final conversation, like you can tell like they were once brothers.
Hmm.
And now they have become the blows. And honestly, with both endings, I know like the canon one, Batman wins. But the Superman ending was actually really interesting.
It really was.
Very dark, but interesting.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, when I seen the alternate ending, I was like, wait a minute, there's an alternate ending to this? And I looked at him like, dear God.
Like, oh my God, regime on steroids, and then Superman turns Batman to like a mindless slave
Yes.
and
It hurt me, really.
threatens Supergirl. By the way, Supergirl actually is a main focus of the second game. She
Mhm.
basically, in the canon ending, becomes that new symbol of hope that Superman couldn't be anymore. But in the alternate ending, Superman basically was like, if you don't like come to my side, there are ways to making you do it. And then that when Batman came in, and he's brainwashed now. And she's like, oh,
Mhm.
so I was like, oh my God, so you're really gonna try? You're gonna brainwash your cousin too?
Yeah, like, and here's one of the messed up things I want to point out about Superman. Like, in the first game, he literally sent the Teen Titans to the Phantom Zone. You remember that?
Yes. Like honestly, the comics could be its own episode because there's so much that went down in the comics. So I think basically the comics just showed that 5 year gap. I know at the beginning of the game, Superman kills Joker, and then I think it goes like 5 years later. So the comics really kind of filled in that gap, and a lot of stuff happened, and a lot of people died.
Okay, the one thing I will point out, Superman was literally broken in 1 point more than everyone thinks he was, because he had a lantern ring by his side for a little bit.
Like that honestly was crazy. Long story short, after all the stuff Superman was doing, Green Lantern said, "Nah, we can't have this happen." But then Sinestro came in, and then there was this whole entire war. And the story, Superman had a yellow ring.
And you literally thought he broke him before, and then you see what he can do with the fear ring. Like,
Like he killed a planet.
yes, he did. Like, I mean, Superman, he didn't have a good idea actually, but his reign of ruling, if he would have lightened up, not try to intimidate everyone, like on screen saying, "Look, if you go at me, I'm gonna kill you. If you make war with me, I'll make war with you." You know? He said that on live television.
Oh man, this seeing his descent was just such a honestly it was really sad just seeing him descent into this. Because one of my closest friends loves Superman, so I know he was not a fan of this.
Oh no, I guarantee you, he was heartbroken.
He was.
I liked it. I liked it at the end when they brought their Superman into this, the Prime Superman.
Oh man. But okay, story aside, like how did you think of the gameplay of the game? That's the true crux of the game. What did you think of the gameplay?
Well, it was really good and interesting. It's literally like you were playing Mortal Kombat, only less gory and more like I don't know how to say like it's like you're playing Mortal Kombat only for DC.
And can we like both agree that like the Flash has like two of the best supers in the game? Or in the
Mm-hmm.
game?
Yep.
Like the only one I think that could possibly top Flash would be either possibly Supergirl or Starfire. I think
I
Joker
mean,
had a good too.
Joker look in the second one. Like, I didn't,
Like I don't know. I feel
but
like gameplay wise, I really enjoyed it. I actually kind of like the gameplay a bit better than Mortal Kombat. I don't know why I've liked the gameplay in Injustice. I don't know. I think it's a bit more crisp for me, or like I just kind of
yeah,
just it feels
yeah, it's
easier to play. Maybe
one of the best, in my opinion, it's one of the best fighting games of all time. Like, if you're a nerd and you like fighting, perfect game for you. Injustice.
like, do you think Injustice is up there with like a Mortal Kombat or a Street Fighter?
Oh yeah, top three or at least top five. So,
Okay, I can at least put it top five. I can actually even
yeah.
put it top three. Like if they do an Injustice 3, there's a possibility that this can be one of the best fighters, actually the best fighter of all time.
What would you want? Okay, in your opinion, what would you want to see added, and what do you want to see not added in Injustice 3?
Constantine.
Constantine.
Give me Constantine.
We got Zatanna in the Ultimate Edition of Injustice, but we didn't get no freaking Constantine.
I know, like he's such a cool character, and I feel like I envision his fighting style. It would be awesome.
Yeah, like he could be like at times be a bloody superhero in this. Like, yeah, like it. one of my favorite person I played as in the Ultimate Edition with Lobo. Lobo was the main man for a reason.
Oh man, okay, like DLC character wise, I think my favorite in the first one was actually Martian Manhunter. I really enjoyed him. Really.
Yeah, he's overpowered in the games and in the literally in the continuity of DC Comics.
Yeah, okay, as broken as he is, it's just that crippling weakness he has.
Yeah, but no one really suspects. Oh, this man's so overpowered. His weakness is fire. Like no one thinks that.
I don't know. I remember one time, like I saw a video of Batman threatening him, and he was like, "All I need is a book of matches." I
Yeah,
was
like
like, Jesus.
that man literally has a contingency plan for every Justice League member.
Which is very smart. This whole franchise proved that it was a smart idea to have that.
Yeah, like I mean, people think, oh, like when Batman talks about, oh, Superman might go bad one day, and people are like, no, that ain't never gonna happen. Wait till that one bad day, he ticks.
Exactly. And that's why, like, I feel like being Superman will be just such a huge responsibility. 'Cause, like, if you have all this power, you have to be in control. So for him to lose control, it just shows how just absolutely terrifying Superman can be.
Literally, Superman. I remember this from back in the day in the animated series of Superman. He literally fighting Darkseid, saying, "No, every time I walk, I try not to stop or create earthquakes. Like it's like I'm walking on a house of glass." He holds back everything he does.
So that much power with no more morals? Oh man. Like I feel like there's like some points throughout the whole Injustice story. Batman was probably shitting himself, low key. He probably tried to act tough out on the outside, but inside he was like,
Yeah,
"This man can make me into a pile of mulch whenever he wants."
yeah. Like I guarantee you, sometimes when he first found out Superman killed, he's like, "Oh, you're still Superman in there somewhere." But then once he got so far down, he's like, "Damn, I gotta fight him again." Like that'd be me, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I was Batman in that during that Fallout time, and someone said, "Look, you're gonna have to be the one to end Superman." I look at Superman. He's literally lasering down like a whole country, and I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm good."
I mean, if you had kryptonite, maybe, and that's a huge maybe.
Yeah, like if Superman don't like super like speed up to you and just put it to your heart.
I
Like,
don't know, like I mean, because if you, cause I know in the second game he had like a kryptonite suit, so I don't
yeah,
think he'll be able to do that. I mean, too fair, he could laser him from a distance, but he's gonna
yeah.
be able to get in close.
What I liked in the first game a lot was they controlled Doomsday.
Oh yeah, that was right. Well, to be fair, like I know in the Justice League show, Doomsday actually does show some form of intelligence. I can kind of
Yeah.
see him possibly working with others to a certain extent.
But he was controlled by like literally a collar though. Like in the game, Superman kept saying stuff like left foot, right foot to Doomsday, and it was like Doomsday was trying to resist, but he still lifted up his feet.
Well, I know before that, in the beginning of the first game, where the heroes from the main universe
Hmm.
and they was all having this battle with the villains, and Doomsday was there, so I thought, oh, so Doomsday can play well with others. But in the Injustice world, Superman basically controls him for the most part.
And that what got me going because I used to think he was like a literally just death in incarnation. Like he walks and death follows. But then you see, like literally, I thought everything he sees was red. He just wants to like go berserk. But then all of a sudden, Superman gets involved and he's controlled.
Like, so for who was like the weakest character for you throughout the whole entire franchise? Like, what's character? If that character got taken out, it really wouldn't have affected anything for you.
Catwoman, in my opinion.
Who?
Catwoman.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I literally beat the crap out of her all the time. Like, I could, like, I don't know. Catwoman is one, and who else? Yeah, like, it's a no-brainer for me, Catwoman, because that's about it. Like,
Oh
that's,
man, I actually like the Catwoman.
oh,
Like,
I didn't like, who else? Like you said about before, you like Constantine. I'd rather replace Zatanna with Constantine if they had to make one. So.
for me, I think a character that like if they got actually they did get taken out Um, she got cut from the second game, Killer Frost.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's who I was thinking of. Like literally, like she, no, like she's easy, honestly, and also a little bit annoying.
No, because for me, like she didn't really play any role in the story. Nobody plays with her.
I bet no one plays
So I
Solomon
was like,
Grundy
why
either.
is she here? Like, why is she here and not Constantine?
Yeah, like, did you ever hear anyone say they played as Solomon Grundy?
Okay, I've seen a couple of Solomon Grundy players. He is a good fighter if you just really know how to like use him. And there's his attack where he says his little catchphrase, his little riddle, or not
Yeah,
riddle thing, but little thing he says, and you can do a lot of
little.
damage with him if you know how to do it.
Yes, like you gotta get out of his range though. But once he gets his hands on you, you're done.
All right, now what's the character that you didn't think you would be good with, but then and end up actually doing really well with them?
Batman, because I thought that only the higher, like literally all the gamer experts would like they played them, they know how to work them. But I was like, man, I'm just now starting out playing Injustice. I don't know how I'm gonna be with Batman. And I started kicking ass right when I started pressing the buttons.
For me, and this is for the second game, it's actually Captain Cold.
Really?
Yes, because I remember at first I thought this man sucked. But over time I started playing him a bit more and I'm like, okay, some of his abilities are actually really good.
And his origin is sad if you know about it.
Um f- like in general or in the Injustice universe?
In general, like his
I
wife's
know in the
frozen.
Injustice universe Superman killed his sister.
Yeah, but they're both sad. Like this, like he'd never get the break because I don't know. Like it's sad either way, but everyone. I don't know why, but Injustice it like evens out the sadness a little bit.
Also I will say that maybe the Arrowverse kind of like softened me up to Captain Cold a bit. Like he was like one of my favorite characters in the Arrowverse. So maybe that made me like want to give him more of a chance. Like still to this day, one of the funniest things ever is like Vandal Savage is attacking them, and
Yeah.
he's like, "How dare you cross me, Vandal Savage, destroyer of worlds?" And he was like, "Leonard Stark, robber of ATMs," and I was like,
What? Like I would have gave with this EW a chance for these like DC shows, like for instance Legend of Tomorrow, but I don't know what it was, but it's like this weird little toy came to life, like a big gigantic kaiju toy. But you have to look it up, but it's just weird. Like I never after that I was like, yeah, that's too much CGI.
"Oh man!" But like, okay, since you asked me what character I would want added to the franchise, who do you want to see in any future installments?
Okay, I think we got Beast Boy, did we?
No, he actually is the only Titan that has not appeared.
That makes no sense to me. Like I want to see Beast Boy and like Deathstroke's daughter.
Okay, that would be interesting. Um, I would be down to see Static in a game.
Yes, and do you remember Red X from the Teen Titans show?
Yes.
Him too.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think who else would be a good addition that has not been added yet. Mm, Plastic Man.
Oh man, like if you know how to, I guarantee you, if you knew how to use him, he's overpowered.
Yes.
He literally is the comic relief, but if you look into the origins, I heard it was sad.
I mean, when you think about it, every hero kind of has like a semi-sad backstory. That's how they become heroes.
No, I'm talking about like everyone I knew that was a DC reader said, out of all the people, you got top three, you gotta look up Plastic Man's story or origin, and it just makes you want to cry. I'm gonna have to look that up later, but yeah, like
So is that why he like the comic relief, kind of like you need to
he
laugh
had his
and
pain.
cry?
Yeah, he had his pain.
Oh man. I'm trying to think who else would. Booster Gold.
Yeah, like he'd be interesting to see. Yeah.
Trying to think who else would be a good addition. I could have added so many people already. You think like I doubt Riddler will be a good addition. I don't know what he'd be able to
Yeah.
do.
What would he do?
So now I gotta think long and hard about this. I'm probably gonna sleep on like who else do I want to see in this game.
All right. So I was
What?
wondering, um,
Hmm?
do you know? You know about Injustice Superman, of course, but do you think he could take on the Batman who laughs?
Man?
Yeah, no, Injustice Superman.
Ooh, that would be interesting. I think he possibly could. It all depends. If the Batman Who Laughs already like knows of the Superman,
Oh, like
then
they're going completely mindless and don't know anything about each other. He thinks it's just a regular Superman.
I feel like he would lose. Because I mean, as crazy as the Batman Who Laughs is, he's still technically a dude at the end of the day.
Yeah, he can only do so much flips and backflips and all that.
But granted, I can't just really say that because he destroyed his own universe. So
Mhm.
I don't know.
I think he'd manipulate Injustice Superman to being on his side because he knows, yeah, I can't win against this dude, so I'm gonna manipulate him to be on my side as my gun. So,
See, I can see that happening, or like like manipulates him and getting close. That's the
hmm
one thing that the Batman Who Laughs is good at is like messing with your mind.
yes, and if you read his stories, like he literally he can affect anyone and make them like their true inner evil selves, like be infected, like the Joker gas and all that good stuff.
Well, actually, you know what? I might have to change my answer. I don't think he'd be able to beat him, and this is why. Because regular Joker destroyed everything he loved in the first place. So regular
hmm
Joker mixed with Batman is just oof. It's just big oof.
He's literally the Omega level character in my opinion. Yeah, people think, oh, he's just a dude. Yeah, but do you know what all he's capable of?
Oh man, see, now I really got to think about this too. But okay, now let's talk about what you brought to my attention before the upcoming Injustice movie. Now, look, there's a reason. I'll let you know. I'm a little iffy on the movie. I'm excited, but I'm nervous, and this is why. Fighting games doesn't always translate to movies really well,
I
and this is a
understand
good
your
example.
feeling. I understand your feeling, but
Because
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like DC, they make good animated movies. That's what I have faith in. But they're transcending a good story with some good animation, so I'm having a little bit of faith. You know?
Oh, yeah, okay, this is my thing, and some things you can kind of suspend your disbelief because it's a video game. Like in a video game, Superman takes Harley Quinn up to space and comes back down, and she just gets back up. I can let that slide because that's video game logic. If that goes down in the movie, she's paced. No, she's not even paced. She's just nothing.
Oh, that's what I gotta say. Is I watch the behind the scenes, and they're not completely going all with the logic of the games. They're gonna switch it up a little bit, but not much. Like they
Okay,
were
because they
talking,
make it in a way that makes sense. Like
like they were
logically,
like you were
like
saying.
Harley Quinn should not be going toe to toe with Wonder Woman, and she's coming out on top.
No, like they talked about it, and they literally said what you said, only with different people. They're like, we're not gonna make like Doomsday go up against this, and he come out like alive. Like they're behind the scenes, and they're gonna switch some things up that don't make sense, and make it like where you literally believe you're in the story.
Okay, because I was gonna say they could use the super pills, and that can kind of help a bit. Like if Harley Quinn did take a pill, I can see her taking a kind of maybe like a 30% punch from Superman and be okay.
Yeah, like, but uh, they're using a lot of logic from the game, like from the lore from the game, and they're using like their own twist on it. You know?
Okay, as long as it makes sense. Because again, some of the stuff with this video game logic. Because another video game logic thing is towards the end of the first game where you get to play as the good Superman. And you remember that
Mhm.
little mini game towards the end?
Yes.
Who was he going against? Black Adam?
Yeah.
Black Adam just chunking cars. And I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure there's people in the cars. And
Yeah.
Superman's just lasering them down.
But that's from another Earth, though. Like that ain't your people.
True, but same time, like, there's still people in there.
Yeah, like
So, but I had to suspend my disbelief. Okay, you know what? Video game logic.
didn't use the X-ray vision to see who was in there like he should have. He just phew, lasered.
Bro, like Black Adam went to a whole busy street. Like Superman knew there's people driving in those cars.
Oh, yeah. Like I don't know. I'm trying to defend Superman over here, and there ain't anything to defend. Like
I mean, granted, it was just a mini game. It wasn't an actual like story. It's like a little thing that they did throughout the first game, like little mini games in there and stuff.
it's fun, but people don't think like, why would he be lasering these cars down with people in them? People don't think about
Okay,
that. It's a play.
but since you said that they're bringing a bit more logic into the movie, so they're not doing the same thing from the game, so they're gonna be changing up a few things.
You're gonna change up a few things, but the concept's still there. Like I'll send you a link to the video, but from behind the scenes. But literally, Joker and Harley
Hmm.
Quinn, they literally it shows them kidnapping Lois Lane, pregnant Lois Lane, and killing Jimmy, and shows Superman literally just breaking down, like literally piece by piece. Their looks a little bit different though. If they bring the Prime people over, you can tell them apart because there's different things in their costume designs. Tell like looks a
Okay.
little like yeah, it looks a lot good. A little.
Now, do
Go
you
up.
think they're gonna be making multiple movies, like a trilogy?
I would hope so, because that'd be too much story, honestly, in one film. Too
Yeah, I
much
agree.
logic and lore.
It's like I know maybe they can turn the full first game into a movie, but would you rather them turn the first game into this one movie, or should they break it down into two?
I think break it down because this story is. If you want the full emotion and impact in this story, you can break it down a little bit.
Okay, okay. Because like I said, I am interested in it. Now, I kind of feel like they should have done. Well, I don't know. Maybe kind of a sequel to the second game, kind of see what happens afterwards. But I feel like they probably would save that for the actual Injustice 3.
Yeah, I understand that. Like,
But do you think like okay, if they do an Injustice 3, who do you think should be like the new big bad? And do you think Superman will make a return if they do a third one?
I mean, I don't think so because Superman pretty much got it handed to him in the second one. So I don't know.
See, the reason I'm asking because in the canon ending, he literally stated like the Phantom Zone won't hold me forever. I'll be back. And Batman was like, and I'll be waiting. So I'm like, oh, so a little tease.
Yeah, but I think we didn't see Trigon, have we?
No, because he was one of two people I can see like being the next big bad.
That's what I'm saying. Trigon or maybe, but just maybe, the Batman laughs, possibly.
Ooh, I didn't even think about him. I was thinking Darkseid, but now that you mention it,
Yeah, like they could twist it up. Like people were probably thinking like, oh, Darkseid gonna be the next big bad, of course. Like Superman's big bad. No, bring in Batman's worst fear.
and it kind of works because like the whole multiverse thing does exist in this universe, in this world.
Yep. Yep.
So that actually would be an interesting way to go. Like, oh man, I kind of want to see that now.
Yeah, like pitched the idea to Warner Brothers. Like get a whole rally going on about it.
Couldn't you imagine like at the end of like when the movie drops and at the very end they do like a little hint to the Batman who laughs?
Like they hear a laugh and like they see like the little spiky things he wears, the little crown. Like a little glimpse of it.
Oh man, like he finds Batman and like, hey Bruce.
Yeah, and you think it's a Joker, but you see like a quick little glimpse of his little crown that he wears, and then he
Oh
laughs.
man, I just need to see him in a movie.
And like bring in all of the like Darkest Nights. Like, I want to see that.
Lord, like I would love to see it too. Would that be in Injustice 3 though? I'm not too sure. In Injustice 4 though, they actually go that far.
Talking about like at the last game they make, I want it to be that.
I mean, that
But I
kind of
hope,
depends on when they stop making the games.
yeah, that's the scary part. Like we never know.
'Cause what number is Mortal Kombat on?
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
And
Yeah,
that's
like
minus all the spin-off games they got.
exactly. So that's nah.
Oh man, but I do have faith in the movie. I'm nervous because again, most video games don't really translate well, especially fighters. I am
Yeah,
nervous, but I am hopeful at the same time because
you gotta understand. Do you like the DC animated movies like better than live action?
love them.
Well, yeah, like you gotta give them credit and everything, but one thing that makes it sad is the voice actors. They're not like the same as the game, but they're still pretty good. But it ain't the same.
I mean, I can like look past that because like Looking
Yeah.
back at the Arkham games when Troy Baker like became Joker, I'm like, you know what, he did a good job. So I can forgive it. As long as it's good, I can forgive it.
Yeah, like good storytelling, that's all that matters.
Oh man, well, Terrell, thank you so much for talking with me about one of my favorite games. Like the best game to blow off some steam.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Anytime.
Oh man, any last minute remarks before we wrap everything up?
Um, be on the lookout for the Injustice movie, and yeah, just be on the lookout for it. Cause first thing, like October 19th, I'm heading to Walmart and I'm buying my copy.
See, I wish we can pre-order it. I would have just went ahead and bought it now.
I wish it would have been on HBO Max. That's all I wish.
Like, I'm hoping that the movie turns out good. I'm hoping that we get a third, hell, a fourth game. Like, because this is just such an interesting concept
So
overall.
much potential. So
But thank you again for being with me today. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for everyone who listened. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please like, comment your own thoughts on the game. Tell me who your main is. And please subscribe if you haven't. It's been your boy Curtis, Tyrel as well from the Geeking Out Loud podcast.
mhm.
Peace.